Gap years? What even is that? Is it worth it? Is it looked at negatively? We'll be focusing on those questions today in this video, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to another One Mission DMD video. If you're tuning in here for the first time, this channel is here for anyone interested in a career in dentistry, no matter what part of the journey you may be at. So if that type of content interests you and you think you can benefit from it, please consider subscribing and liking this video for future content. You took a gap year? You clearly didn't have the grades to get in the first place. That's such a common misconception when it comes to the idea of gap years. There's so many reasons for why students decide to take a gap year. Now, did Teham struggle with grades in school for why he needed to take a gap year? Yes, I did. I needed to do things to improve myself. But I can't speak for every single applicant out there that took a gap year. But I do know the different types of things people did do while they took a gap year. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into those things, and maybe it'll help you determine if taking a gap year is worth your time or not. So let's get into it. First common reason people think about when it comes to gap years is improving grades, right? So whether it be going back and taking some classes that you didn't do well in, doing a post-bac, or taking the DAT, or doing a master's, right? Those are all common things that people consider when they decide to take a gap year. Some people simply just want to break from school after killing undergrad. So, I mean, if you did really well in undergrad and you feel like you just need a break, you deserve it. There's no one that can force you to do anything, because at the end of the day, it's your decision. In other situations, some emergencies may have come up where a student has to take on family financial responsibilities, whether they lose a loved one in the family or something that's just really devastating, right? That you need to just kind of heal from and just help out the family and just be there for them. So that can take some time. So taking a gap year or two probably would be a really good decision in that situation. And then a lot of situations where international students that decide to do their education here in America, they have an adjustment period they have to get down. They have to learn a lot of the ways that the American educational system is structured. They have to do a lot of research, they have to talk to people, they have to get to know people. It's a huge adjustment period for them, so maybe taking a gap year in that situation would also be worth their while too, right? Another reason for why people decide to take gap years is that they feel like they need more exposure to the field of dentistry. So if you decided late in undergrad, oh, let me look into dentistry, I was pre-med, pre-pharm, pre-op, whatever, pre-health, whatever, right? And then you just stumbled upon dentistry sometime later in your undergrad, and you're about to graduate, you took the DAT, you had a good GPA, but you got no dental experience. So you're in a pickle. You know that you need to pick something, but whatever you decide on, you're gonna have to do it. So you don't want to make the wrong decision and end up being like, oh yeah, dentistry is not it. So working or volunteering, shadowing, all that stuff is really gonna help you, because it'll immerse you in the field, right? So what better way to know if you can wake up every day liking dentistry than doing that before you're a dentist? There's no better way to do that. So just be open and getting to know what the field is about. Is it right for you? So that's a really good reason for taking a gap year. So what did I do during my gap year? I worked as a dental assistant, shadowed different doctors. I even decided to do some post-bac classes. I even worked as an ER scribe, which is a really good experience actually. I traveled a lot, and later I enrolled in a master's where I really learned how to manage my time and study effectively. And that's when I actually got into dental school before I finished the master's. So which type of people would I advise to not take a gap year? So if any of the things that I just said didn't apply to you, then that's a good sign for you probably not wanting to take a gap year. Could be like if you're in a rush to like really get done with school, right? It could be any reason at all, then you probably shouldn't take a gap year at all. Some people are in certain financial situations where if they wanted to take a gap year, travel or just like, relax a little bit before school, sometimes people don't have that luxury. that would be a good indication to not take a gap year and just go straight into school. Some people just aren't fans of delaying education. There's some cultures that just really aren't fans of delaying education, and if you're in that situation, then taking a gap year isn't for you either. So that just kind of explains to you how variable this question is. Should you take a gap year? Assess yourself, what's going on in your life, what personal situations are going on, how are you mentally? Are you drained after undergrad, or are you okay? Like, everyone's is different, right? So that's why, and I've said this so many times, every applicant is different. And this video proves that. Let me know what you guys think. Is there any other reason why somebody should consider taking a gap year or not taking a gap year? Let me know, put it in the comments. That's it, guys. Hope you guys were able to take a few things from this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video for future content. And I'll catch you in the next one real soon. Peace.